Hello, Natchez. I'm Dan Gibson, your mayor, coming to you from what has been quite a day to this exciting close of the day. A very good day and a very good announcement today. We are finally beginning something that we've been working towards since the beginning of this administration in 2020, and that is the restoration of a historic property here in Natchez owned by the city on St. Catherine Street, the Angelety house. And it's a very historic property. We have worked together with the Mississippi Department of Archives and History, and we're grateful also to the Historic Natchez Foundation. I have Carter Burns right here beside me, who also serves on the board of directors, or board of trustees for the Department of Archives and History. We also have Ms. Lucas, Ms. D from the Archives and History, representing the director, Katie Blunt, who couldn't be here today. I'm also beside our alderman of Ward 6, who is the actual chairman of our Public Properties Committee. And with us we have Johnny Gabriel from Johnny Waycaster is the architect helping us. James Johnston, you wrote the application along with working with Carter, I believe, and Waycaster. And we're going to talk more about that application in a minute. And we're also glad to have Mark Carter with Wilmar Construction. So I think I got everybody. I normally don't read a lot of notes, but I've got to read on this one because the history of this house is really so amazing. It is a beautiful brick Victorian house here behind us. And also, I want to just give some details on this project. The house is in need of renovation both on the exterior and on the interior. Obviously, we have to do the exterior first. And it's been in a state of decline for many, many years. Well, that's going to stop today. We are going to begin a restoration project that is actually going to be totaling almost $250,000. $142,000 of that is actually coming from the Department of Archives and History through a Mississippi Heritage Preservation grant funded by the Mississippi Legislature. And we are so grateful to be the recipient of that grant. The city is taking a 60-40 match here, so the state's putting up 60%, we're putting up 40%, really just shy of $95,000. And so let me tell you, that is going to be enough to fully restore the brick exterior, the roof, make a lot of repairs to woodwork, and basically correct many, many years of neglect. Why is it so important that we take care of our history? Well, number one, Natchez is so historic, but I'm going to read why this property is so important. The Smart Griffin House, more commonly known as the Angelety House, is a notable Natchez Greek Revival residence with its Gothic Revival dormer contributing to its unique character. I said Victorian, I'm sorry, it's Gothic Revival. We sometimes lump Gothic Revival and Victorian in together. But for those architects who are watching and historians, I'm sorry. The design of the Angelety house appears influenced by similar houses erected in Natchez by Gimmel and Niebert, a prominent firm of architect builders practicing in the early 1830s. Its architectural significance is in its good proportions, mass and form, and the quality of the Greek Revival detailing. The curious juxtaposition of the Gothic Revival dormer above the Greek Revival house adds a singular element of interest. Although the large dormer is out of scale and its Gothicism at variance with simple Greek Revival character, the excellence of its whimsical design and detail distinguishes it as perhaps the best expression of Gothic architecture to be found in Natchez. The site upon which the house stands has had an interesting succession of owners. It is part of a Spanish land grant of 242 Spanish acres made on September 10, 1794, to the Spanish governor of Natchez, Manuel Gayoso de Lemos. You may recall that Governor Manuel Gayoso actually had a home not far from here known as Concord, which burned around the turn of the century, 1900. But believe, it's hard to believe the vast estate that once was, to think that this house was once a part of that estate. The property with its house was purchased for $2,000 on January 11th, 1919, by E.C. Angelety from L.T. Griffin, who had inherited it from his mother, Mrs. Mary Ellen Griffin, by will date May 20th, 1882. It is during this uncertain period that the present house was likely built, as its character and details suggest a construction date in the late 1840s or early 1850s, with the unusual Gothic Revival dormer being added before or soon after construction was completed. It's so important to share this history because in Natchez we value that history, all of our history. And this house is now in the heart, and has for many years been the heart of this historic St. Catherine Street area, which is a heart of a lot of history here in Natchez. I've said enough. I would like, if we could, for Carter Burns, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but share a little more about what this area of Natchez means to the history of our city.
Well, St. Catherine Street is a very important historic corridor. Of course, it's the Forks to Freedom corridor. It leads from the Triangle, the Bluff, the river, ultimately down to the Forks of the Road, slave market site, and then on to the Natchez Trace. So it's always been an important thoroughfare in Natchez, and this is the last remaining pre-Civil War building on St. Catherine Street. There used to be more, and the city acquired this building as part of a 1970s urban renewal project that widened the street and built some housing around here, and conducted the first restoration of the house in the late 1970s. So it's a very important and a very historic landmark here on this historic thoroughfare.
Thank you, Carter. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask Alderman Maroney to speak to just what today means and the continued progress we're making in Natchez.
Well, as chairman of our Public Properties Committee, we want to take care of the things that we've got. And this is one of those structures that needs a lot of work. It really needs some care, and we're going to get it the care that it needs to preserve it properly. Obviously, we're also doing a lot of work to the City Auditorium, the Downtown Convention Center, and others. So it's just one more step in ensuring that our public properties remain in good condition. Along with our parks, all of our parks all over town, we're doing our best to maintain everything and get it in a condition that's presentable and will preserve the longevity of these structures. So that's kind of where we are, and look forward to seeing this project underway and then completed hopefully soon.
That's great. Thank you. And I would add, it also connects to a beloved park, Jack Waite Park, a beautiful park right behind us. Just a couple years ago, new playground equipment installed, and we love that park. A great park for community events. It also will be made available once again as a community center for our community to enjoy and for organizations to enjoy. It has a great history of servicing this community and organizations within this community, such as the 100 Black Women. In addition to that, it is noted, as you said, we've been restoring a lot of properties. The Natchez Youth Center, a historic property in North Natchez, was renovated just a couple years ago. We are about to, hopefully first quarter 2025, complete a renovation of another historic property, the Duncan Park Golf Clubhouse. And so we continue doing this. There's so many others to mention, but right now, why don't we just ask James Johnson, thanks for all your help and leadership, Mark, Johnny, Gabriel, What do you think will be the timeline in getting this project done? That's what everybody I know is asking.
That's our mark.
May 5th, I believe.
May 5th.
May 5th. All right.
So, folks, we'll see for the next 6 months, a lot, 5 to 6 months, a lot going on here, and I can't wait to see the finished product. And so, Natchez, just know we love our city. We love our history, all of our history, even that history that is unpleasant. So important that we tell it all. And I'm so grateful for the progress we're making. Ms. Lucas, please, Ms. D, please convey to Ms. Blunt and the team at Archives and History our appreciation.
Sure will.
I don't know what we'd do without our partnership. Well, I think we can sign off.
Sign up.
All right. There's no shovel. We're not breaking ground. We're not cutting ribbons. The ribbon cutting will come when this is complete.
Finished.
God bless you, Natchez. Thank you.